Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Siti Binti Rosmadi. Today, I'll be the first presenter of my groups, and I would like to present our case study in designing a campus network for the task 2. So, the crucial aspect of a network designs that play a significant role in shaping the success and feasibility of projects. As we embark on this journey, let's explore the key factors that guide us toward making informed decisions during the design process. As we venture into any project, cost considerations forms the backbones of the decisions makings, because we have to understand the budget requirements during the design process is very valuable to avoid unforeseen challenges and risks that could affect the project feasibility. In addition to financial aspects, we must prioritize the simplicity and productivity in our network designs. So by simplifying network measurements and possible automations is a very important objective, because for instance, implementing auto attendance can free up the administrative resource for other tasks and contributes in total cost of ownerships and return on investments (ROI). Okay, next is technical advancements. The fast-paced world of technology demands that businesses can stay ahead of the curve. So, embracing technologically advancements can give our businesses a competitive edge. By introducing our new services like branch, office, and campus connectivity can drive growth and success in the market. Next is regulatory compliance. So compliance with industry regulations such as a PCI or HIPAA is a critical aspect of network design. So we must ensure that our network design is aligned with these requirements by not only mitigates legal risks but also showcase the company commitment to the data security and best practice. So by doing this, our customer data is secure with us. Okay, next is comprehensive approach. In summary, a successful network design necessitates a comprehensive approach that considers various factors. So, by aligning this objective, our businesses can create efficient and reliable network that not only fulfill current needs but also foster growth and success in the long run. Such as a well-designed network will provide the foundations for successful projects that implements and enable organizations to thrive in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The next is the following objectives are considered within our design as a technical requirements. Performance is a critical technical objective in network designs. It encompasses the rate and quality of traffic delivery across the networks. Key components include bandwidth and throughput that ensures sufficient capacity of a data transfer. QoS, prioritizing specific traffic to guarantee a certain level of service. Port buffer and queues, to manage congestions through buffer allocation and queuing mechanisms. Next is reliability. Reliability focuses on network redundancy and stability. Factor to consider is a fault tolerance, to prepare for hardware, software, or human-related failure to minimize downtime. SLA, service level agreement, to understand acceptable downtime to prevent significant impact on user or customer. Next is redundancy. Building redundancy into the network design is to enhance reliability, albeit at higher cost and complexity. Next is scalability. Address that network's ability to accommodate future growth. Okay. Security is a paramount technical objective in network design. Its primary focus is to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of user, servers, and services on the network. By focusing on security as a top technical objective, organizations can safeguard their network and data, maintain compliance with industry regulations, and build a strong foundations of trust with their customers and partners. So security should be an ongoing process to adapt the evolving threats and continuously improving to stay one step ahead of potential risks. Next is flexibility. Flexibility serves a dual purpose in network designs. First is future proofing, accounting for potential future services and technologies to be seamlessly integrated. Next is legacy integration, is to ensure compatibility with existing infrastructures and technologies. Okay, next is networks management. Okay. In network management, we covered both management and monitoring aspects. Monitoring is proactively managing network faults, performance, and configuration using tools like NetFlow. Management is to understand the support model and level for in the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 for efficient network operations. Okay, thank you for your attention. I hope the information provided on the security is in the technical objective in the network design was very valuable to all of you. So I will now pass the presentation to the next presenter to continue with the remaining slide. So thank you, and yeah, please, next presenter.
Hi, a good day to you, madam. So my name is Akeef. So I will be take over of this slide now. As for network solution, we will provide a 5 solution for this. So the first one is LAN solution. This is to provide the connectivity within a local area network. When we talk about LAN, of course, we will provide a WAN solution as well. It will provide connectivity between different LANs. And Internet Edge solutions. This solution provides connectivity between LAN and Internet. And remote access solutions. This solution allows users to access a LAN from a remote locations. And the last but not least, the cloud computer solutions. This solution provides access to computing and resources in the cloud. So the last point is one of the major solutions that we need to focus on, because nowadays people are moving up from hardware, from the physical server to the cloud computing. So the next one is network and services. And first point is routing and switching. This service provides a basic connect between devices on a network. Of course, when we want to deploy a network, we need to do routing and switching. So the second one is security. This service protects network from unauthorized access and malicious attack. So the security is one of the major things needs to be done, especially on the enterprise level, because we are unaware the virus and malware out there. So it needs to be filtered by the security appliance. The third one is a VPN. This service provides a secure remote access to a network. So this is especially for the user that will be working from home, so they can access the office network from their home. The fourth one is a multicast. This service allows the same data to be sent to multiple destinations simultaneously. And fifth one is QoS. This service ensures that important traffic is given priority over less important traffic. So of course, we from the QoS we can also make a rule to control the bandwidth, the maximum bandwidth according to the user and environment. Next, for network topology. So this topology is based on fixed base switch for all components. We will also provide redundant firewall and core switches for high availability. So whenever device down, there will be still another device that still have a connectivity. The third one is link connecting core switches and firewall. It will access switch in a different wiring closest connected to both core switch. core switch configured with FHRP, HSRP or VRRP. Our equipment list is two next generation firewall, two core switches, five access switches, four PoE wireless access point, and one wireless controller. So when we look at the physical diagram, um, we can see that there is a various cable that connecting into each device. So this is the best practice for the connectivity. Okay, so on the egress layer, we will do a net default route PPOE, and core layer of course the ICP static route, PRF link aggregations and spanning tree, and access layer to users, VLAN spanning tree and others, which is AAA. As for LAN topology, there is one or more access switches are connected, one or more core switches. We can see on the physical diagram there are links are connected to each devices. This is to perform failover link, so they will ensure that high availability is performed and to be done if there are any switches down. So user endpoint connect to access switches. For the access switches, we connected to the user, of course, and server endpoint, if any, connected to the MZ switch directly into the core switch. For type of LAN technologies, the first one is gigabit internet. This has been introduced in 1999. It's transfer 1 billion bits per second. It is to replace fast internet for VoIP and multi-VLAN network. Most popular version is 1000 BST using standard internet cable. The other one is, second one is 10 gigabit internet. This is latest standard, transfer data at 10 gigabits. Faster than gigabit internet, use fiber optic cable for high speed transmission. So of course this one will be much more faster than gigabit internet. The third one is power over internet, PoE, transmit power data on the same cable, connect device like IP camera and VoIP phones. Require internet cable 5 or higher, no need for external cords because it's powered by its cable itself, connected cable itself. Popular for various wireless internet devices. I think that's all for me, so I will pass over to my colleague, to my teammate, which is Shahir.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Shahir bin Zulkifli. My metric number is 2020929881. I will continue the presentation. So I will explain more on the IPsec VPN. The first one is IPsec, which is Internet Protocol Security. VPN is widely used for secure and encrypted connection over the internet. Second one ensures privacy and integrity of the IP network communication. Thirdly, provides authentication for endpoint verification using digital certificate or pre-share kits. Fourth, considered a security standard with strong encryption, TLS authentication, MITM protection, and perfect forward secrecy. Lastly, application of IPsec VPN includes securing private network communication, protecting web traffic, ensuring IP packet integrity, and cost effectiveness. Okay, for topic client VPN. First one, client VPN allows individual users to connect to the corporate network from remote locations securely. Second one, users connect to the VPN appliance using the WAN facing IP address. Third one, functions as a gateway for secure communication between remote user and the corporate network. Fourthly, SSL VPN offers secure remote access via a web portal and network level access through an SSL secure tunnel. Lastly, the benefit of SSL VPN include data security, a user-friendly interface, and compatibility with various devices and operating systems. So this is our logical diagram that we want to propose to our customer. As we can see, this is our VLAN planning that we want to propose to our customer. So we have separate the VLAN, follow the users department and the users building. So as you can see, we have the management VLAN, DMZ VLAN, engineering VLAN, financing VLAN, logistic VLAN, purchasing VLAN, internal Wi-Fi user VLAN, guest user VLANs, and the remote worker VLAN. So why we want to separate this VLAN? Because we want to improve the network security, we want to improve the network performance and get the lower latency. And of course, we want to easier to manage the network environment. So that's why we want to use this separate VLAN. But it depends on the customer to change the numbers of VLAN. But this is how we want to propose to our customer. This is our VLAN assignment that we propose to our customer. So we have the VLAN number and the purpose of naming and the subnet. So this is just temporary for reference to our customer how to separate their VLAN for each department. So this is just for temporary and just for the proposal only. Okay, I will continue with the benefit of additional VLAN. So first, traffic isolation. So for the traffic isolation is device communicate within the VLAN isolated from others for security. Second, improve organization, logical division based on departments or projects, streamline network management. Third, enhance security, access control and security policies at VLAN level, protect sensitive data. Fourth, broadcast containment, broadcast traffic limited within VLANs, reduce unnecessary network congestion. So lastly, simplified network growth. Easy integration of new device and services, scalable and adaptable network infrastructure. Okay, I will continue with the physical diagram. This is our finalized network design that resulted after we sit down multiple times with the user, follow their requirements and their budgets. So also this new branch SDR also this is a infra model within the budget. Then on the future, if the customer want to do the network automation, this infra is ready to do the network automation. So for the maximum for the customer, the clients want to reach the internet more 240 clients. Then if customer want to add on the client was 120 to 150. So I will continue with the details of the network design. So as you can see, on the IPsec VPN and the SSL VPN is our VPN is our tunnel to the headquarters at the new branch. So IPsec VPN and SSL VPN need to add ons on the hardware and the licensing also. So there is have the PPOE cable. So that part is the customer subscribe on time broadband. So which is our 500 Mbps. So for the core switch, we just do not use the modular core switch because the modular core switch is more expensive. We just use the rack mount core switch only. We advise the customer just buy the only two core switch will connect to the each floor of the access layer switch and also the DMZ switch for the servers and their server farm. So this budget only for the network only. So for the VM, for the server farm and the server part, it's not covered for us. So we just cover on the network only. So then we will add on the network monitoring system. So this network monitoring system will deploy on the headquarters, which is we will propose to use the SolarWinds. So this SolarWinds will install on the headquarters. So we need to install the plugins on the new branch. So we will can gather all the info and all the information through the network monitoring system. So we no need to monitor every day. We just get the alert from the SolarWind only. So the customer can focus on their work or we just can focus on others' work. So the SolarWind can alert the IT team if get some problems or the network have problem. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. I will pass to the Fatin to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatin Atikah Binti Masruddin. I'm a fourth presenter. Today I will explain for our client quotation, which is Wiki Holding Berhad. For this, all description is required for implement the network design for our client request to create a new data center as disaster recovery in HDR. So all the requirement is FortiGate firewall. We include FortiGate 100F firewall with next generation firewall license and accessories. The quantity is two. Also the Cisco Catalyst 9300 24 port. The quantity is two. For this both item we need two because we'll have fall over link redundant in between connection. And next is Cisco Catalyst 9200, which is 5 quantity because we will put for this switch at all floor. Also the Cisco AeroNet Mobility for wireless access point, we need 4. And next is Cisco Catalyst 9800 wireless controller. We need 1. Also the structure cabling. Also we include our installation services fee. For software we use is SolarWind network monitoring is unlimited element. And for the total cost, it will be 483,000. 100 is in budget below 500,000. Next is wireless technology for topology and access point. In this topology, access point are controlled by centralized controller, which is will be connect to the core switch or the network service switch. The access point will be connect across one or more access switches in this topology. As company is growing, so wireless access point controlled by wireless controller is essential. And as managing multiple AP will be much easier in terms of user policies and AP management and troubleshooting. For Wi-Fi 5 or call 802.11ac, access points are selected as it suits the needs and customer budget. For time being, for Wi-Fi 5 was released in 2014 to provide high throughput. It supports multi-gigabit speed and technologies like MIMO and beamforming. because 802.11ac use the 5 gigahertz frequency band is less reducing the interfaces. Next is one services provider, one technology. For in this topology, the one router would be connected to a single internet provider with other site connect into the internet. The one router in the topology can either be dedicated one router that is connected to the internet. The one router component would boot secure VPN terminal like IPsec, DMVPN with other site connected to the internet. For benefit, using the secure VPN tunnel is to ensure the private and encrypted communication and to connect sites securely over the internet. Next is for time broadband ISP coverage. For both HQ and new branch office is located within the time broadband ISP coverage that offer fast connection and affordable pricing for enterprise. And it offer a good package that SMB needed in connecting to the internet and branch office. For the key features, is fully managed, performance support, 100% secure, and flexibility and reliable fiber infrastructure, and network reporting. Next is network security. What we will use is next generation firewall. Next generation firewall is an advanced network security device and it offers capabilities beyond a traditional, also a stateful firewall. For differences in traditional firewall and next generation firewall is traditional firewall, stateful inspection of incoming and outgoing network traffic. Then for network generation firewall is additional features like application awareness and control and integrated intrusion prevention, also cloud delivered threat intelligence. That's for our part. I will pass to next presenter is Azidee. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Azidee Bin Azman. My metric number is 2020561125. Okay, I will present for the additional security features in the next generation firewalls, which is the short form for NGFW. Okay, basically it includes with antivirus, which is it can scan data packet for virus enabled content, and then it helps to prevent the spread of virus and malware. And then the second benefit is file blocking for the NGFW, which is it inspect a file passing through the firewall, and then it can block specific file types based on security policy. And then next is intrusion protection, which is the short form for IPS. It is can analyze data packets for known threat patterns, and then it's help to block suspicious packets to prevent intrusion attempts, or it help to detect early intrusion. And then next is which is endpoint control. The benefit is it help to extend security policies to user endpoints and enforce security measures on all user device. And then the next benefit of NGFW is web URL filtering, which is it helps to restrict access to specific web pages, and then it helps to prevent access to malicious or inappropriate websites. Okay, the next benefit of our group proposal by using NGFW with the next generation firewall, which is it helps on rate limiting or traffic shaping, which is it helps control and manage network bandwidth effectively, and it can help set bandwidth limit and prioritize critical applications. And then the next benefit is it have two-factor authentication, which we call 2FA, the short form of it. And then with 2FA, we can basically require an additional security token or OTP on the phone or for login. And then it helps to reduce the risk of unauthorized access and credential theft by using this 2FA method. And then the next benefit is it have DOS protection, denial of service. Basically, it helps to safeguard network resource from DOS attack, and then it identifies and mitigates DOS related threats. Means the related to DOS, also NGFW, next generation firewall, can help. And then the last benefit is virtualization, which is it create multiple virtual firewalls on one physical appliance, and then it can use in hosted network for isolated security environment. Okay, for the next part is we will touch on network security, which is our group purpose. We're using SSL, stand for Secure Socket Layer, and TLS, which is a Transport Layer Security, which is basically it enable firewall intercept secure session initiated by internal user, and then it can establish secure tunnels between the destination site and firewall, which is basically acting on behalf of the client. And then next, the benefit of SSL and TLS in terms of network security is it can enhance security and data loss prevention across different network zone. Okay, next point is VPN, stand for Virtual Private Network. Basically, it can help to provide remote access for all users to network resources, and it helps to create secure connection between different sites, public or private one. And then next is a DMZ zone, stand for Demilitarized Zone, which is a dedicated network for public facing server such as mail, web, FTP, and then it can restrict direct access into local LAN, local area network, and data center. And then next is endpoint security, which is basically endpoint security include antivirus, will do the jobs such as detect, prevent, and eliminate malware on all end devices. Okay, for the next part, which is on network management system, short form for NMS, our group proposed we are using SolarWinds, which is it is essential for all organizations from small business to a large enterprise, which is we short form network management system (NMS). Will perform three basic tasks, which is NMS fault management, which is you provide the following using SNMP and ICMP. For example, using ping, traceroute, and then for services, it will check whether a network device is up or down on the network, and then uptime on the device, latency, delay, round trip time, which is RTT, and then bandwidth utilization, memory, and CPU usage. And then second, for NMS performance management, we provide to follow the using SNMP and flow technologies such as NetFlow. For example, SFlow and JFlow, which is will use the same function, which is check on bandwidth usage, top talkers such as conversation protocols and application response. It will touch on that. Okay, on the third or final basic task for NMS, which is it will touch on NMS event and login, which is it provide using syslog or events in the network device local buffer, which is it helps to monitor how events such as how issue or failure. And next, it tracks software event such as OS bugs, operating system bugs, or failures. Next, it records configuration event, for example, configuration changes. And then for logs and protocol event, it touch on routing protocol neighbor changes. And then for monitor interface event, it will touch on interface status changes. Overall, SolarWinds NMS network management system offer an easy to use end-to-end network monitoring. essential tools basically to help our business. Okay, for the conclusion for this project, which is basically, design need to deals with data transport mechanism. That's the basic part, and then it follows analysis and precedes implementation stages. And then for the objective, we make sure to help satisfy data communication requirement efficiently and economically, which basically touch on two parts lah. And then for network analysis, it is conducted at different level. For example, inter-organizational, organizational, and departmental. And then for the scope, it varies based on the geographic and data transport factor, all depending on the data from the client and the requirements. And then inter-networks and enterprise network span multiple building or location. It's also help us on our group to propose a specific topology. And then for internet networking protocol, it touch on the basic TCP/IP, MAN, MANs, and WANs, which is metropolitan area networks and wide area networks. It helps to connect various LAN architecture. And the design is we aim to create a robust and reliable infrastructure. And on this project, we are careful analysis and technology selection optimized, which is on our group. We depend on data from client, which is in helping us to create a specific network topology for the client and for the business needed. And then it's a well-designed network. It will help business enhance communication capabilities and productivity. Okay, that's all from our group. Thank you.